So here you are, a shattered wreck, a squandered promise. Take a good look at yourself. Really see it. Pitiful, isn't it? You had the world at your feet. And what did you do? You threw it all away. And now you're sitting there, wallowing in your own despair, complaining about how unjust life is. Well, guess what? No one cares. Not a single soul out there is feeling sorry for you. They're just waiting for you to completely collapse, so they can step over your lifeless form and move on with their lives. But that's not why I'm here. I'm not here to watch you fall. No, I'm here to ignite a fire under your sorry self. I'm here to push you to the brink, to confront you with the harsh reality you've been avoiding. I'm here to make you rise. You think you've got it all? You believe you're the only one who's had it rough? Wake up. Everyone bears their scars. Everyone has a story marred with pain and regret. The difference between them and you? They're out there fighting while you're drowning in self-pity, letting the darkness swallow you whole. You think the world owes you something. You assume that because you've suffered, the universe should reward you with success. That's not how it works. Not for you. Not for anyone. Let me tell you something. Your pain, your struggles, those are your greatest assets. Yeah, you heard me right. That pain you've been cursing, that suffering you've been desperate to escape, is the very thing that will make you stronger. But only if you stop being a coward and start harnessing it. Right now, you're letting it consume you, turning you into this weak, pitiful version of yourself. You're afraid of what you might become if you allow that darkness within you to take control. But here's the truth. That darkness, that rage, is where your true power lies. You've been fighting it, resisting it, and that's why you're losing. You need to embrace it. Let it drive you. Let it transform you into something far more than just another victim. I see the doubt in your eyes, the fear that's been gnawing at your core. You've made mistakes, big ones no doubt. And now you're sitting there, thinking you're too far gone, that there's no coming back from this. Let me set you straight. There's no redemption waiting for you. No magical turnaround poised to save your ass. The only thing that's real is this moment, right here, right now. You either rise or you fall. And if you fall hard. And no one's going to be there to pick you up. You'll just fade away, forgotten, like you never even existed. But if you rise, if you claw your way out of that pit, no matter how broken you are, no matter how much it hurts, you'll discover something more powerful than hope. You'll find purpose. That's what will keep you moving forward when everything else is crumbling around you. Purpose is what will drive you, push you to do things you never imagined possible. But you've got to earn it. It's not going to come to you while you're sitting there wallowing in self-pity. You've got to fight for it, bleed for it, suffer for it. That's the only way you'll ever find it. You think I'm here to coddle you, to tell you it's all going to be okay? Hell no. I'm here to make you confront the brutal reality of your situation. I'm here to shove your face in the dirt and make you realize just how low you've sunk. And then I'm going to challenge you to rise again. Because when you do, when you emerge from this hell of your own making, you'll be unstoppable. You'll become a force of nature, a storm that no one can contain. But let's be real, it's going to hurt. It's going to rip you apart, force you to confront every demon you've been avoiding. You're going to have to face every mistake, every regret, every flaw you've tried to bury. And it's going to break you down. But that's exactly the point. You need to be shattered before you can rebuild. You need to tear yourself down, strip away all the nonsense, and forge something new, something stronger, from the ruins. You're furious, I can sense it. You're enraged at the world, at those who've betrayed you, at yourself. But what are you doing with that rage? Are you allowing it to consume you, letting it turn you into an empty shell? Or are you going to wield it? That rage is your weapon, your fuel. It's what will propel you forward, give you the power to shatter every barrier in your way. But only if you seize control of it, channel it, and make it work for you. Right now, you've got a decision to make. You can either surrender to that rage, let it destroy you, or you can take command of it and use it to become something greater, because that's what you must do. You need to become more than who you are, more than who you were. You need to transform, to grow, to rise above the person you've been and become the person you were destined to be. But that's not going to happen on its own. You've got to make it happen. You've got to fight for it every single day. Don't think for a moment that this is going to be easy. And don't you dare hesitate. Don't think for a moment that someone else is going to do it for you. No one's coming to save you. No one's going to lift you up when you fall. You're on your own, and it's up to you to decide whether you're going to stay down or get back up. This world doesn't care about your excuses. It only cares about results. If you don't rise, then you're nothing. You're just another name on the long list of failures, another soul lost to the shadows. But if you do rise, if you do fight back, if you seize control of your own destiny, then you can become something more, something powerful, something unstoppable. But it's all on you. It's your choice, your decision. No one can make it for you. You either rise or you fall. There's no middle ground, no safety net. It's all or nothing. So what's it going to be? Are you going to rise, or are you going to let yourself be crushed under the weight of your own failures? Are you going to fight, or are you going to give up? The choice is yours, and yours alone. But remember this, once you choose to rise, there's no turning back. Once you start fighting, you don't stop until you've won, or until you're dead. There's no quitting, no second chances. You give it everything you've got, or you might as well not even try. And if you choose not to rise, if you choose to stay down, then you've already lost. You've already given up on yourself, on your life. You've already decided that you're not worth the fight. But if you choose to rise, if you choose to fight, then you're making a statement. You're telling the world that you're not someone to be underestimated, not someone to be pushed around. You're declaring to the world that you're a force to be reckoned with, a storm that can't be stopped. But don't expect it to be easy. Don't expect the world to just roll over and let you win. It's going to push back. It's going to throw everything it has at you, and it's going to try to break you again and again. But that's when you've got to be stronger. You've got to be relentless, unyielding, unstoppable. You've got to keep pushing, keep fighting no matter how many times you get knocked down. Because every time you get back up, every time you rise, you grow stronger. Every time you refuse to give in, you prove that you're not someone to be trifled with. So rise. Rise from the ashes of your failures. Rise from the darkness that's been holding you down. Rise and become the person you were meant to be. Not because someone else wants you to, not because you're trying to prove something to the world, but because you owe it to yourself. Because deep down, you know you're better than this. That you're stronger than this. You've got fire in you. You've got a rage that could burn this whole world down if you let it. But you've got to control it, harness it, make it work for you. You've got to take all that anger, all that pain, and transform it into something that drives you forward. Something that keeps you going when everything else is pulling you down. So what's it going to be? Are you going to rise, or are you going to let yourself be crushed by the weight of your own failures? Are you going to fight, or are you going to give up? The choice is yours. And it's the only choice that matters. Because once you make it, there's no turning back. Once you decide to rise, you don't stop until you've won, or until you're dead. There's no in between, no half measures. It's all or nothing. So rise, and take control of your life. Rise and become the person you were destined to be. Rise and show the world that you're not someone to be underestimated, not someone to be pushed around. Rise and prove that you're a force to be reckoned with, a storm that can't be stopped. But remember this, once you choose to rise, you've got to be prepared to fight. You've got to be prepared to face the darkness, to confront your demons, to push through the pain, because that's the only way you're going to win. That's the only way you're going to rise above the person you've been and become the person you were meant to be. So rise and fight. Rise and conquer. Rise and become the storm. Because in the end, it's the only choice that matters.